to share about the power of food optimizing nutrition for cancer survivor. I believe everyone sure no matter in social media, Facebook, TikTok, a lot of say, oh, the cancer survivor cannot take this. Cancer survivor patient cannot take sugar because sugar will feed the cell. Correct or not? But is it a myth or a fact? Myth. Why?
Cells need sugar.
Yes, very good. Yes, actually, regarding sugar-feed cancer, it's really a myth because sugar not really feed cancer need. Our own body cell need the calories from the carbohydrate, from the sugar for growth. So if you limit too much of the carbohydrate, good source of carbohydrate, then you will getting more and more malnourished, and then will be reduce the tolerance to the treatment as well. So this is the outline of my topic today, which will be importance of nutrition for cancer survivor, the nutrition during the treatment, as well as nutrition for cancer survivor, which is recover from the disease. So based on the World Health Organization, so cancer is the leading cause of death globally, and globally about 1 in 6 deaths is due to cancer. And this is more in our Malaysia, which is the data for 2022. So you can see that, so the number of new cases is up to 51,000, and then mainly for the top 5 frequent cancer for the male, it will be lung, colorectal, and prostate, or for female, it will be the breast, colorectal, and the uterus. So, what is the meaning of cancer survivor? So, based on the American Cancer Society, so cancer survivor is referred to some person that have been diagnosed with cancer at any stage during their lifetime, including those who are undergoing treatment, as well as those that have recovered from the disease. So for cancer survivor, the main threat for their health, it will be regarding the recurrence, which is the reappearance of the disease, which can be local or metastasis, and in return, it will be the strong determinant of the survivor. So why is nutrition so important for cancer survivor? Because eating a healthy diet is important for patient for the recovery and healing. So same goes to certain cancer treatment, it can cause patient to loss of weight, especially loss of their muscle. So when they loss of eating higher protein diet from the chicken, fish, or soy, it can help to maintain the weight and building up the muscle. At the same time, eating all those high-calorie fruits from the avocado, salmon, or olive oil, it can help them to regain the weight they have lost during their treatment. So same goes to eating a healthy, balanced diet together with being physically active can help the cancer survivor to actually live longer, reduce the risk of recurrence, as well as manage the side effect. So certain cancer treatment also can cause patient to gain weight as well. So eating a healthy, balanced diet with the reduction or avoidance of all those like high calorie, high fat food together with physical active can help them to control their calorie intake as well as maintain their weight. So the need of a cancer survivor who is fighting for the disease and those cancer survivors that have been giving all clear are not the same. So for those still undergoing treatment, like no matter it's chemotherapy, radiotherapy, or surgery, it's very important for them to get adequate nutrition for them to fight the war. Okay, but both cancer and cancerous treatments sometimes may cause certain side effects like affecting their taste, causing them reduce the ability to eat enough, and cause the malnutrition. When malnutrition is not properly addressed, it can lead to cachexia, which in return it will affect their recovery as well. So for cancer patients, so eating a variety of food from all the food group is important, including the carbohydrate, protein, and the fat. So protein is basically the building block for our muscle. It supports the growth, help to build for the muscle, as well as helping for the immune system. Without adequate protein, the body will increase the risk of infection and then reduce the recovery rate. So a good source of protein is including like dairy product, soy, chicken, fish, eggs, as well as like seafood. And then don't forget is our carbohydrate and fat. This is actually the main source of the energy for you to achieve the calorie you need per day. But talking about calorie, it will be a more personalized approach because everyone needs different calories, depends on your age, depend on your physical activity level, depend on whether you are going through treatment or not. So a good source of carbohydrate will be all those whole grain products like brown rice, oats, or even like starchy veggie like potatoes, sweet potato, all those. While a good source of fat, it will be like avocado or else like olive oil and others. Not forget to complete the diet with the fruits and veggie because this is the natural source of the fiber, vitamin, mineral as well as the phytochemical. So I believe today I will just brief share how about nutrition perspective in managing some of the common side effects for the cancer treatment. So usually a lot of patients come to us, usually it will be because of loss of appetite or weight loss. Mainly part of that is due to the treatment itself. So to overcome this in terms of nutrition, we will also advise patients try to eat more food high in calorie or protein. Or what you can do is just add in extra fat and protein in your daily diet to increase the food calorie density of the food. So that's why when you have poorer intake, even though the amount is smaller, but by doing so, you will still achieve the calorie needed. So sometimes for those that have loss of appetite or early satiety, small and frequent meal helps. Because when you have smaller volume, but if you have more frequency, you still will achieve the calorie and protein needed a day. And sometimes if appetite is really poor, oral nutrition support will be helpful as well. So this is the example of the high calorie food source that you can add in your diet to increase the food calorie density. For example, like butter, full cream milk, gravy, cheese, popsicles, and ice cream. So some good protein food source that you can add into your, for example, plain porridge. Instead of patient taking plain porridge, you can ask them to put in more protein food. At least can increase the nutrition of the food. Like for example, chicken, fish, or beans, or eggs inside the porridge to increase the calorie density as well as to increase the nutrient of the food as well. So this is a range of oral nutrition support, or in short we call ONS, which can be a helpful tool for patients that have poor oral intake, only drink liquid only. So instead of just water or just drink soup where they can't get all the nutrition they need, we will advise them to include some of this ONS in their diet so that they can achieve all the calorie and protein needed. So secondly, it will be nausea and vomiting. So sometimes when patient claim of nausea and vomiting, we will ask patient to eat something that are easy on stomach. For example, all those plain starchy food like plain crackers or white rice, because all this it will be more tolerable than the normal fried rice, or because it's too oily, the stomach maybe can't take it and then will increase their nausea and vomiting feel. Sometimes some ginger drink also will help as well. So, and then sometimes they nausea and vomiting because certain food or smell that trigger it. So they will tell, I will ask my wife to cook outside. Then I will eat, and because the food smell or taste that cause them to have those nausea and vomiting feel. So for this kind of patient, when they eat, they will eat at their own room. So separate from the cooking area in order to prevent the trigger of the nausea and vomiting. And try to eat and drink food that are at room temperature, because when food is served during room temperature, the food smell and taste will be reduced. So lastly, it will be the change of taste or smell. So sometimes if a patient will say, I cannot taste salty, even though the wife or the family member already says it's very salty, but they still can't taste of it. Mainly is facing my head and neck cancer patient who are doing the chemotherapy as well as the radiotherapy. So what we will tell them is maybe try to marinate or add in with some spices or like sauces to have different flavor to enhance the flavor so that they can have more appetite to eat. And then if they do have like metallic taste, so I can ask them to change the utensil to a plastic, glassware or porcelain to reduce the metallic taste. So for patients that have very poor oral intake, especially hospitalization patients, when oral intake is a challenge, artificial nutrition play a very important role. So based on Aspen guideline, if the GI tract is functional, so enteral nutrition is more preferable. However, if patient is having like intestinal insufficiency or bowel obstruction or short bowel syndrome, parenteral nutrition will be more suitable. So next we will be focused the nutrition for cancer survivor after their completed treatment or all clear already. So for evidence show that nutrition play an important role for primary prevention of cancer. And for evidence-based dietary recommendation can reduce the cancer risk. So cancer survivors are advised to follow this dietary recommendation that apply for cancer prevention. So this is the latest recommendation from the World Cancer Research Fund 2018 third report. So actually you all can go to the website and search, there's a full report from this. So including the all 9 recommendations for the cancer prevention recommendation. And basically all these 7 is actually a package of the healthy lifestyle choice where it can reduce the risk of cancer as well as other non-communicable disease as well, which included be a healthy weight, meaning not achieving the normal BMI. Secondly, be active, which is sit less and walk more. And then thirdly, eat more whole grain products or fruits and veggie. Limit the consumption of the fast food. Limit the consumption of red meat and processed meat. Limit sugary drink. Limit the alcohol and do not use supplement for cancer prevention, which we will go one by one later. So first, be a healthy weight. So from the Aston guideline, say that cancer survivors should strive to maintain a healthy weight and avoid excessive weight gain by balancing their intake as well as exercise. So survivors who are overweight or obese should strive to reduce their weight until a healthy BMI is achieved. So, and then even in other studies also show that for breast cancer survivor, bladder cancer survivor, and endometrial cancer survivor, obesity have increase the risk of cancer recurrence as well as the risk of dying as well. So, what is a healthy weight? Usually, commonly we will use about this BMI, which is the body mass index. Based on the WHO recommendation, normal BMI is within 18.5 to 24.9. BMI more than 25 is overweight and BMI 30 will be obese. So, how to maintain a healthy weight? So, basically, to maintain a healthy weight, weight is like a balance, it's very fair. So to maintain the weight, you need to make sure that your intake is equivalent to your output. Weight gain happens when your intake more than your output. So if you want to have some weight reduction, you must make sure your output, your exercise is do more than what you take. Okay? And secondly, it will be physically active. So there's strong evidence that survivors who are physically active after a diagnosis have lower risk of death if they are more physically active. So benefit of physically active have a lot, which included prevent the weight gain, help to reduce the inflammation and improve the immune function, and as well as help to regulate the hormone and the growth factor level. So this is a guideline for the cancer survivor from the American Cancer Society Nutrition and Physical Activity Guideline. So for this guideline, they suggest that avoid inactivity and try to return to normal daily activity as soon as possible. And then take part in regular physical activity and try to aim 1 week for 150 minutes to 300 minutes of moderate intensity exercise. Or if you go for more vigorous exercise, you can try to target for the 75 minutes. So for other than this moderate cardio exercise, strengthening exercise, which is the resistance exercise, also important to maintain the muscle. So which we suggest 1 week at least 2 times of this resistance exercise. So recommendation number 3, it will be eat a diet rich in whole grain, vegetables, fruits and beans. So we can see that the study also showed that decreased rate of breast cancer recurrence in women who have high intake of plant-based food together with physical activity compared to have those that has less physical activity and low intake of vegetable and fruits. And strong evidence also show that whole grain actually can decrease the risk of colorectal cancer because all those whole grain products is a rich source of various nutrients as well as the non-nutrient component like vitamin E and others. So what is enough? So the goal is of eating adequate fiber is to aim a diet at least 20 to 30 grams of fiber per day from the food source. How to achieve that? So at least 3 servings of vegetables and 2 servings of fruits a day together with the whole grain, beans and legume. A lot of people will ask, what is 1 serving vegetable? Okay, easy way, you can always use your hand. So a hand like this, cooked veggie, 1 serving is this size. If you go for salad or uncooked food, 2 hands it will be 1 serving veggie. So for fruits is different. Fruits is using your fist. So 1 orange or 1 apple, this is a serving of fruits. But however, if like fruits, for example, like papaya, watermelon, all those, 1 serving is about a hand size like this. Okay? So, phytochemical is something, a plant chemical that promotes the health. So, phytochemical is the one that add in the colors, the fruit, the color, the taste and flavor of the plant, and it can have major role in cancer risk reduction. So, to maximize the effect, try to eat a rainbow. So not just 5 serving veggie. Give yourself a higher target. Aim for 5 colors of fruits and vegetables per day to get all the phytochemical. So for the 5 colors including the red color, orange yellow color, green color, brown or white color, as well as the blue and purple color. You must be wonder, it's very hard 5 colors, right? So with veggie alone, it's actually quite hard. But if you incorporate with fruits, actually it will be easier. Okay? So not all carbohydrate the same. So if can, try to aim at least a day 50% of the carbo, it will be the whole grain product like brown rice because of the higher fiber as well as the higher nutrient. So a higher fiber choice other than brown rice, it would be like oatmeal, oat bran, whole wheat pasta, quinoa, as well as the whole wheat grain. So recommendation number 4, which is the limit consumption of fast food and other processed food high in fat and starch or sugar. Because there's strong evidence that all this diet, which is have high amount of fast food and other processed food, is actually high in calorie, which in return can cause weight gain and overweight and then increased risk of obesity-related cancer. So, recommendation number 5, it will be limit the consumption of red meat and processed meat. So, based on the World Cancer Research Fund International definition, red meat is all type of muscle meat from a mammal including beef, veal, pork, lamb as well. So processed meat is those meat that have been transformed from salting, curing, fermentation or other processes to enhance the flavor and improve the preservation. So the latest study have shown that eat more than 18 ounces of the red meat per week can increase risk of colorectal cancer. So that's why the AICR recommend that try to limit the red meat to less than 18 ounces per week to reduce cancer risk. So what is 18 ounces? The easier way is not more than 2 matchbox size a day. Okay? If you don't know about matchbox, you can use your palm, which means not more than 1 palm size of red meat per day, including beef, lamb, mutton, and pork. So for processed meat, if you can, try to avoid or minimize, because we can see that a lot of studies show that every 50 grams of processed meat eaten daily can increase rate of colorectal cancer by 18%. Sorry, 1 more minute. Oh, okay. So, of course, red meat consists of all the valuable source of protein and others, but it's not a very essential part. You always get other nutrients from other source of protein like chicken, fish, or even like soy-based product as well. So, next it will be limit the consumption of sugar-sweetened drinks. So, does sugar contribute to weight gain? Yes, because sugar is part of the simple carbohydrate, which 1 gram of your sugar consists of 4 calories. Look, not that much, right? But actually, we can see on this, how much sugar are you drinking from the mama and how much hidden calorie is inside. Our favorite teh tarik. Do you all know that 1 cup of teh tarik is 5 teaspoons of sugar and it's almost like 200 calories. Imagine Malaysian go out eat 1 day 3 times, breakfast teh tarik, lunch teh tarik, dinner teh tarik. So 1 day extra 600 calories just from the drink itself only. So that's why the weight gain can happen. Same goes to a lot of people say, I don't drink teh tarik, I go for limau panas. Also same. For limau panas to have that taste, it will go for at least 6 teaspoons of sugar, and the calorie is also same as well. So that's why the best is always the unsweetened drinks. So you, instead of limau ice or limau panas, you can go for limau kosong. It will be better. Instead of normal barley kosong or Chinese tea or kopi o kosong, all will be a better choice. Always remember, plain water is the best lah. So lastly, last already, give me a few minutes. Okay, so it's about the alcohol consumption. So for alcohol consumption, so actually study have shown that drinking alcohol may increase the risk of dying from survival for head and neck, voice box, and then throat cancer as well as the liver cancer. And strong evidence has shown that consume 2 or more alcohol a day can increase the risk of colorectal cancer, 3 or more can increase the risk of stomach and liver cancer. Due to this mechanism, I won't talk so much because limited time already. Okay, but for cancer prevention is, if can, the best is not drinking any alcohol. If you choose to drink, limit to 1 standard drink, not more than 1 standard drink for female, and for men is not more than 2 standard drink a day. Each time you drink, not a day, each time you drink. So what is the meaning of standard drink? So if like normal beer, which is about 5% alcohol, actually 1 standard drink is just 1 can. If you go for a pub, you go for a mug, that one is almost 1.5 to 2 standard drink already. So if you go for wine, so because the alcohol percentage is about 12%, so actually 1 standard drink is about 150 ml. And for liquor, which is with higher percentage of alcohol, 1 standard drink is actually just 1 pack, which is about 45 ml only. So that's it. There's a summary for my sharing today. And always practice a smart living, which is the smart eating lah. So for me, I like to ask my patient to use this Malaysia Healthy Plate, so that it can always guide you to have a balanced diet, and together with it, try to cut down the red meat and include more fruits and veggie and whole grain product as well. Okay, thank you.